most dependable 4G LTE networks. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
Savings may vary. Please refer always to the latest terms and conditions of service at straighttalk.com.
Hey, she's got that green applesauce patch again. Jenny, with these chips, I've got cookies. Guys, you know I don't trade my Go-Go Squeeze. No one asked their mom yet? I did, sort of. You just gotta remember the name. Go-Go Squeeze. Let her know it's delicious. It's 100% food with no bad stuff. Totally good for you. What's it called again? Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze. Made with 100% fruit and no artificial anything. Goodness on the go. Find it in the applesauce aisle today.
Healthcare customer service. How can I help you?
Hi, my name's Patricia Ramirez. I have a question about my plan. I'm Charissa.
What a surprise. How are you? Wait, Brianna. Wait, Dr. Maribel.
But
Patricia, are you married here?
wait, Fernando wants to talk to you. Please, can I just...
This is Fernando. How can I help you?
Yes, thank you. I have a question about...
Tricia, when are you going to finally boyfriend?
Actually, this isn't what we mean when we say Molina Healthcare treats you like family. Coverage and service we have all. Like helping you find doctors nearby, or even helping your doctors work together to treat the whole you. You deserve compassion. You deserve Molina Healthcare, your extended family. To learn more about our Medicaid plan, visit molinahealthcare.com or call 877-385-7274.
There's no torch ceremony, no endorsement deals, but definitely bragging rights at WGRD's Backyard Olympics at the Deltaplex. Compete with other backyard athletes at cornhole, letterball, volleyball, shuffleboard, and more. We'll have prizes for first place, best uniforms, most creative, even a nice snowflake participation award. Get your family and friends together and compete in the Backyard Olympics, Saturday, August 19th at the Deltaplex. Find out more at WGRD.com.
73 down, 27 to go. Edco and Port of Wayland needs to move 27 more vehicles this month. We're not closing until it's done. Edco has been open 24 hours a day since Monday, and we're not closing until we deliver all of your new pre-owned vehicles. Call Edco immediately. Discount of 0% and guaranteed financing. And needs to be released to deliver all of your vehicles. We're not closing until it's done. Edco and Wayland vehicles. Today until the summer. 73 down, 27 to go. 24-hour-a-day sale only at Edco and Wayland.
That's what Bill said after taking Andro 400. Now listen to what Richard says about Andro 400.
I did a lot of research on it before I ordered it because I've tried other products in the past and they haven't worked. But this, I could not believe the difference literally within a month. Since I started taking it, I have lost 37 pounds. It was the belly fat. I could get weight off, but I could never get the tummy off. Now the tummy's coming off, and I have more energy than I've had in 20 years.
Guys, if you too want to lose belly fat, gain energy, and feel 20 years younger like Richard, try Andro 400. Safe, natural, and affordable way to boost your testosterone. Go to Andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. That's 888-400-0435.
things from you.
Oh yeah.
So you're just like, bit, what?
So you have to, at that point, you have to just admit to it. But that's that. And it's fine because they'll do it at some point too. It's as automatic as taking a breath. You don't even think about it.
You can also just guess. Like, you hear that pause where you know they're waiting for a response, and you go, I think a flat paint's the best one.
Yeah.
What about painting? Okay.
You just say yes. When you say send me an email.
I think yes.
Yeah. They have a lot going on. Number 2, we look busy to avoid people.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look fast, definitely always carry something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much easier to avoid people and human interaction with phones now, like with the smartphone.
Yeah.
Have you done that? Do you do that at places other than work?
I do fake phone calls.
Yeah.
all the
Yes.
time.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you ever do it during the show? Like when you know we're going around the room and you just don't want to participate?
No.
When I was
No.
at your booth, I did.
Totally, yeah.
Oh, we knew you were doing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Because Joe, there was a window